All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Half Past Eventually, the pilot episode, the very first episode. Today, joining me at the round table of procrastinators is Sam, or Sammy Sosa, 999. How's it going? How'd I do, gamer? He's not looking at me because I evicted him from my house that I just barely started building 3 seconds ago. and over here we have REID, who's encased himself entirely inside of acacia logs. He's so ashamed to be seen on the podcast. And Sam's internet shit itself again. How are you doing down there?
I'm all right.
You all right? Have you, Sam? Is your internet okay over there?
I'm not sure, dude.
He's dying slowly.
I'm concerned for you. But anyway,
I switched my phone so that now I shouldn't disconnect from voice, but I might disconnect from the game every once in a while.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we can keep you in voice, it might be okay because you won't at least like be in the middle of a thought and then just randomly disconnect. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I really think that the purpose of life is.
Yup.
Anyway, so to give everyone a little bit of background on Half Past Eventually, this podcast, and where the whole naming concept and everything came from, a couple of years ago, a friend of mine who is completely unrelated actually to both Sam and Reed here, so that friend and I wanted to start our own podcast, and we came to creating this one that we called Half Past Eventually because we kind of thought the name was clever in the way of sounding like, oh, when are you going to do this? Oh, I'll do it half past eventually. And so it was like a little tongue-in-cheek way of for like procrastinators to say things or whatever. That was the whole idea behind the name. And we did get around to recording one episode, but the thing, and it was on mobile gaming or something, but the thing is that episode had a lot of like my personal information in it. Like, we were talking about frequently where we were at the time. My name was dropped several times during the episode, but at the time I didn't really care too much because, you know, it was just, I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. And then we recorded another episode, and then I tried doing it live, and none of that really ended up working out. But I really wanted to do a podcast, so we came back around to this. Oh goodness, it's foggy. You can't see
and
shit
it's
now.
Already raining.
Yeah, I can set the weather to clear if we'd like. Just kind of cheat it.
I don't care. It's just...
All right, whatever. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. But anyway, so I wanted to do another podcast, and I pitched the idea to Reed, and he was like, "Well, why don't we have some background footage of it, but have it be like a game or something?" And we both concluded that Minecraft, being the all-inclusive game it is, this was back in February of this year, when we decided on this, and we concluded that like Minecraft was just kind of a great game choice to play because of how how inclusive it was and how laid back it is in general as a game. So we wanted to do this, and now it's finally fucking July, and we're getting around to it.
And here we are.
And here we are. Took us a while, but we finally got to it. I'm really, really happy to be here. And the idea for the podcast I kind of landed on is that we'll just kind of talk about gaming news and specific games or memes or whatever that are popular in the... Like, that's kind of the loose structure for it. Obviously, you can't really have a definitive structure for a podcast, but you can try. It's normally not how it pans out. So yeah, that was kind of the whole idea running for it. So I think the best thing to do is to sort of get ourselves introduced here. And Sam or Rita, any of you guys want to go first? Because the whole... and just like kind of go over, you know, who you are. No, tell me your life story and give me your social insurance number. No, what am I getting at? Shit, I'm being shot at by a skeleton. I can't think right now. Oh god, he's in my house. Oh no. Ah.
Just think forehead. Oh, I'm actually gonna die.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Gee. Oh,
Oh, there's
wow.
the rain.
Weird. Weird how that shit happens.
Crazy.
Freaky.
Oh, it's all bright and sunny again. Wow,
Yeah,
how did that
wow.
happen?
Crazy.
Oh,
We weren't ready for that at
For
all.
that.
So
Well, first,
do you guys have like any oh goodness, do you guys have any like introductions that you want to give for yourself, maybe like a little bit of your background possibly in games, like where your preferences lie? I think is probably a good place to start so that we can get a gauge for future episodes on how you'll react to certain games and stuff.
I play dumb games.
You play-
That's, that's about the best I could put it, to be honest.
What do you mean by
Like-
dumb games?
Basically any game ever.
Oh.
So I play REID, Minecraft, CS:GO, basically all the big games besides that. Fortnite, and go suck a weenie.
True.
But
Even though
other
we are-
than that, I do like playing a lot of fantasy S games like Skyrim and whatnot.
Oh right.
I play a lot of those.
You are a pretty big Final Fantasy fan.
Final
from what I
Fantasy is
remember.
also a really big one I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I'm a rank 3 procrastinator. I
Rank-
just recently ranked up.
That's that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
that's-
I mean,
me right now.
the summer months are here, man. Like
Yeah.
procrastination is at an all-time high.
So far, the reason why I ranked up is because I don't have a job.
Oh,
And that's about it.
yeah.
in between jobs, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, see, I currently have a job, so I'm probably like rank 2, I think.
I'm probably rank 1 because I'm coordinating the podcast and I have a job, so I'm actually probably the worst procrastinator out of all of us, to be honest.
Yeah, you're pretty bad at procrastinating.
I know.
always say
I'm letting the
I'm,
whole team down, but I haven't edited a proper video in a couple weeks, so
that balances out though. So
yeah, exactly. So I'm closer to rank 2 than you might think.
yeah. I got you. Why do I feel like I'm gonna die?
I just have this sort of impending sense of doom.
Yeah.
You like turn around, there's a creeper right behind you. You're like, oh, you know what?
Well,
that
no, there's
explains
these
it.
2 skeletons by where I'm building, camping under trees, and I feel like if I take one step too close, it's game over.
Oh yeah.
No.
But I want to live up to there.
What about you, Sam? Like, what's your excuse?
My excuse for what exactly? I'm not sure yet.
Procrastination, I guess.
Oh my yeah. Well, I enjoy a lot of variety of games, to be honest. I like League of Legends as well. Used to be huge into Minecraft, not so much anymore, but hey, here I am. What else is there? I like a lot of strategy games and fantasy games that have to do with magic, specifically like wizards and whatnot, spellcasting stuff. I'm all over it. Yeah.
Cool.
Is there anything else? I got the checklist down. Yeah.
I think I really think that's about it. Is there like any specific genre actually that I'm curious? That's what I'm mostly curious about. Like, could you specify it down maybe to any specific genre? Because like for me personally, I first started playing games back in, I want to say 2011. Like I started playing games relatively late compared to most people. Like a lot of people that I see who say like, oh yeah, I played games when I was a kid, all started off like with the original Call of Duty games in the early 2000s and stuff. And I just wasn't in the right environment, I guess, to start like that. So I actually didn't start playing games until I started playing, funnily enough, Terraria, until in like 2011. And I guess I had played some Wii and stuff before, but my real introduction to games was Terraria. And so I think like a lot of my background personally comes from platformers and all that. And I think those still consistently remain to be my favorite games, like games with platformer themes.
Yeah.
Hence the
Yeah.
reason why like Ori and the Blind Forest is one of my favorite games. And even though I hate how the wall jumping in it works, I really like Hollow Knight and all those other games and stuff. So if there's any reason as to why I can have an excuse for being terrible at aiming in in any first person shooter, it's just because I really actually did not grow up playing any of those games. And so as a result, I'm just not even remotely used to them, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
That-
Well, then put it that way, I would say like, I mean, I have played a lot of games since I was young. Like I started like having original Nintendo 64 console, and that was a lot of fun.
yeah.
Mhm.
Classic. Um, what else? I did a lot. And then I went to like Xbox into like racing games. I mean,
Mhm.
that is something I do enjoy.
Right.
But then like when it comes to computer, I prefer like mostly strategy games, I think. Um, One of my all-time favorites has been Supreme Commander. It's like a real-time strategy.
Supreme Commander.
Yeah.
Is that like Command and Conquer, or?
It's kinda. You have like your unit, your character, you build up bases, you get resources.
Oh, kind of like a Halo Wars, like that, or
I guess. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
nice.
Okay.
But I mean, that's
I
about.
enjoy a lot of turn-based combat. I like that. I like that type of theme.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
turn-based
those are
is definitely up there on my list, but I also like the whole open world, do what you want, explore game as well. If it's done right,
Oh
like
yeah.
the new Persona or not Persona, what's that? Mass Effect. That game.
Oh yeah.
That was a slap to the face. That-
Yeah. What was it?
But,
That was Mass Effect Andromeda, right?
Yeah, that one. That was abysmal. That was god awful. But first introduced me to open world, being able to do what you want was Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. That was one of the first ones that I played, and that's why I also really like Skyrim and Final Fantasy much, is because you can go around and you can do what you want. Not saying that you do it in the storyline like that's the order you're supposed to go, but you have the choice to just go on your own and do what you do. You're not stuck to a area. You know, I like those types of things. It's a sense of freedom.
Right,
That's
where
what
you're
it
not.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
That's really where I
So,
stand.
have you had a chance then to play Breath of the Wild at all?
I have, and I beat that game recently, like a month ago,
Oh, wow.
and that is probably one of my favorite Zelda games. I think that tops any of the older ones, like the gems of Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. I think Breath of the Wild is definitely probably the better one out of those. Just because it completely changed the way you look at Zelda games. Because Zelda games, you're usually it's most Zelda games are kind of dungeon delvers. You go in, solve puzzles, you slay a boss. That's kind of what Breath of the Wild is, except there is still that puzzle aspect and everything. But the world is just so unique and colorful and fun to explore. There's just so much you can do.
There's so much personality too. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never played it myself, but it does definitely look like there's
Definitely.
so much personality to it.
Each character is easily rememberable.
Yeah, that's important, I think. There's actually something, a point that I made in my Bioshock video, which hasn't come out yet, but it's on its way, where I was just saying that the thing that I love about that game, and that I also found at times disappointing at the same time, was that like the characters had so much personality, but then sometimes they were reduced to just voices in the sky in a way, and I found that sometimes a little disappointing, I guess, is for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But still good game overall.
Mm-hmm.
Open world though. So you did mention also Skyrim, right? Was that?
Sky. I liked Skyrim not for the story. The story in that game's a little lacking.
Yeah.
But the overall experience that you get from the game, being able to run around, do what you want, build up the type of character, like you want to play some heavy tank, you can get some heavy armor, giant greatsword, and you start running around swinging wildly. Or you can just be this wizard or whatever. Not saying the game mechanics are at like top notch, because if you get like Sneak 100, it's like the most broken thing ever in the game. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed it for its like experience. It was just really good. Definitely rememberable.
Yeah, I found that the same as well with my playthrough of Skyrim. I think I have a friend as well who has beaten Skyrim multiple times over, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired of it. I mean, there's not once you've found all the best ways to play the game, there's really not much else you can do in the game, unfortunately. You're very
But I think that's where you could be wrong, because there are so many ways you can play that game.
Oh yeah.
Because yes, you can find the best ways, like the best builds. But have you ever tried to beat the game with the worst build?
You know, that's
like
fair.
Going full gauntlet warrior and just running around punching things, or trying to beat the game with no armor or anything.
Well, to give you a shout a little bit too, like I know that you have a tendency to also go for off meta stuff, like
yeah. Okay, well that's fair.
What was that? What was that? You were telling me the other day that you.
Oh, Braum top lane.
No, well, Braum top lane was one thing, but the other thing was you were playing Apex Legends and you went melee only.
Oh, I was going Karate Master Octane.
Yeah, and did you win that game, or you got like third place in squad or something?
I killed 3 people and then made it to like 3rd or 4th place.
Like
That's pretty impressive.
It really is.
It was a lot of fun.
I think that's really great too. You know, finding the people who are in a way willing to go off meta with the games
Keeps the
that
game
they
interesting
play.
to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I also do that with League. Like, it's fun sometimes to do meta things and like rank, you know, because you're supposed to play. But just try crit Garen jungle at least one time. You know? That's every once in a while.
You haven't lived until you try crit Garen jungle. Oh my goodness, this is so goofy.
Oh man.
But that's why people don't expect it, and that's why it works, because they don't know what to do against it, because they're so used to fighting the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm so used to fighting the same thing over and over, and then on top of that, I think, man, that's like one thing that I find to be the most disappointing about League, is that you have over 140 champions to choose from, but if you don't pick like one or two, these select 15 or whatever, like the select 10%, then you're liable to lose, like more likely to lose, you know.
Yeah.
I find that more disappointing than anything. I don't even find it frustrating. I just find it like, oh, you have so much creative capability, but you're
like, there's such cool characters,
limiting yourself so much. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like really cool characters, but they just suck so much. Like, they're close to unplayable.
Yeah. I'm watching Sam fight off 3 zombies right now.
Bro, are you sure it's not easy? I'm like, this is hardcore.
Yeah, no, I've set the difficulty to easy. I had it on peaceful before, and I was like, okay, well, we'll go easy.
I've killed like 20 zombies and 3 creepers already.
Dude, you gotta start playing the torches, my guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. Minecraft isn't a game that spoon feeds you, alright?
Fair enough. It's not like that Terraria that you play.
Terraria.
I don't have any coal though, so I haven't been able to place torches. I've just been kind of
you
chilling.
You got any
cook logs for charcoal.
Oh, I can?
You got any?
Yeah, and that serves the same.
Oh,
Hey.
I'll take some.
I'll make a trade.
Can you make me a... What do you want?
Give me some food. Give me some food. I'll give you some coal.
All right. I have raw mutton. Is that okay?
I'll take.
I don't think that's what he wanted.
He wants food. It didn't have to be cooked. Thank you. All right. See you later.
I'll see you later.
You got the goods.
I'll see you around the property, Jimmy.
Are you guys?
If you
I
ever
think.
need anything, just come knock on my door.
why did
And
you
I'll
guys
treat
say-
you something good.
I give you all my coal,
Right.
and now I can.
Oh,
cook
you are
my
right
mutton.
I see a little.
Can I get one or two coal? I can't cook my mutton now.
Oh yeah.
Just use logs.
Come.
I gave it all away. Ah,
Oh,
Oh, you had a skelly boy in there. Hello.
I have art. Hey.
Oh shit! Still in my furnace.
Man,
My
we're so
bad, my
good at
bad.
this game.
Ow! Fuck. And how? Oh, gosh dang it! I'm falling everywhere. Ow! I'm dying. I don't want to be the first death on the podcast. Gosh dang it! Get me out of here.
I think I'm gonna be first death, dude. I'm at 1 heart.
Oh, you're on 1 heart. Oh shit.
you guys can come up to my mountain. It's like brightly lit up here.
Wait. Oh no! I turned all the coal in the torches. Son of a bitch. What am I doing?
Oh my god.
Okay, great. I'll burn some wood.
Yeah.
This place is about to look like a safe haven up on top of my mountain.
Where are you
might come stop
laying?
by.
up
I'm
like
on
a
that
beacon
mountain,
up
like right in front of your house. Here, look up.
there? Mountain.
Where are you? Go to your house real quick so I can see you.
Oh, I see you up
Yeah.
there.
This
Hello.
is my safe haven.
No! I got trapped. Son of a bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I see that. Oh, there's a skeleton riding a spider at your house. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
You could
Oh,
probably
hey up
tell
there. I
with
can
me.
see you.
Gosh dang it! I can't
Man,
type
you got
commands
like a-
properly.
Landing, airport
was I
landing.
doing?
Up there. What are you doing?
I like completely brain farted. Oh right, I was making.
Hello,
Oh, hello.
is me. That's so embarrassing. All right, whatever. So what about now that we've kind of talked about our history with games and stuff? Like, what's your history with like Minecraft and all that? Oh my goodness, there's another creeper
Oh,
here.
it goes way back. For
It
me,
goes
dude.
way back.
Like all the way to probably like 5th grade, to be honest. Like,
Really?
it goes way back. Me and my friends used to rock that survival games, dude. Oh, we were sluts. we're like the Fortnite players of Minecraft. Like,
OG
that's
sluts.
how we were the OGs, dude.
That's awesome.
We always cry whenever we found a wooden sword in a chest.
You're like, I could have had so much better, and this is what
Yeah.
you offer me.
Yeah, like
Let me help you with some of these. All right.
yeah, I go way back.
Did I get a potato? No, you got a potato.
I got the potato. You want a potato?
I mean, I'm 2.5 hearts again because I didn't pick up all my items and now I have no food. How did you,
Here.
Sam?
Yes.
What the? How? What?
Okay, come take a look at my secret. Take a look right here, my next door neighbor.
What the fuck? Okay. Do you have any food,
There
by
you
the
go.
way? Thank you. See, look. See,
You
if you're nice to people, they might be nice back to you someday.
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 Not guaranteed, but
Yeah, like, disclaimer, not 100% guaranteed. Man, I want to change the time to day so badly.
I mean you can. I mean it's been night so much already. Like it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, would you look at that, boys? It's sunlight over there. Oh wow.
There.
Okay.
It's sunlight
it's
now.
That was like a split-second sunrise right there.
Oh, was the sun already rising? In the
Yeah, it
distance?
was.
That's hilarious. Ah, whatever. Guess we still get pretty good efficiency out of that. Alright, there we go. I picked up all my items again.
Why am I building camp in the desert where monsters don't
Bastard.
spawn? Oh wait, no, they do. Never mind.
Took out like 95% of my house corner here. My goodness. Alright. Did you guys kill all of the animals in this area? There were a lot of animals.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just slaughtered everything in
Oh,
sight.
no.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah, we gotta keep some alive.
Yeah.
No.
Mad lad.
I just
Absolute
recently
man.
remembered that like gardening is essential in the game.
Yeah, gardening's actually like a thing to do in this game now.
It's crazy. Let me tell you.
I mean, it always has been, but, like,
Insanity.
Make this house look like.
You know what? We
John's
gotta
house.
make our houses look good, because if we don't make houses look good, then the comments are gonna be mad at us.
Then we're
or
gonna
if
look like
I
a bunch
don't
of
make my house
idiots.
look good, my brother's gonna be calling up, being like, "Hey, what
He's
you
like,
doing?"
hey, look, I made you a nice skin. You linked it to your friend, didn't even credit me, and then you go and make a house that looks like garbage. What are you doing?
Disowned.
Disappointment
Disgusting.
100. Anyway,
Yeah.
I need to go find some coal. This, you know what? Fuck the weather too. Weather clear. There. I have all the power. Oh, here's some coal. How am I mining this with a? I hear you over there. There's a skelly boy down here. What about you, Sam? Though, what's your? That kind of derailed quite quickly after I died. But
What were we
what's your
talking about?
history with it? With Minecraft?
Oh, with Minecraft?
Yeah.
Yeah. I played it a long time ago. Again, like I played it with my brother a lot. We did like multiple survivor campaigns where we would get so close to fighting the dragon, and then we would just stop playing because we were busy with other stuff. We got bored of Minecraft by that point. So, I mean, I can say I've beat Minecraft the whole game before, but like you can't really finish Minecraft, right? You can just always keep playing it.
Right. I
Yeah.
feel like I've done the same with Terraria, honestly. Like, I've gotten so close to beating all the bosses in that game multiple times, but then I'm like, I change computers or I want to start a new save because of the world that I'm in. I'm like, I'm getting bored of this one, and then I just end up never completing the game. The only reason
Yeah.
I've ever actually gotten the... If anyone ever looks at my achievements, which I don't know why you would, but if anyone looks at my achievements on Steam, you'll see that I've allegedly defeated the Moon Lord, which is the final boss in Terraria, basically. And I technically have, but it was on an online world where the game was set up to give you unlimited items of whatever you wanted. So you could just get all of the like really OP
Oh.
endgame items and then just beat the Moon Lord. So I haven't actually beat him legitimately, but I've gotten close enough so many times that I basically have in the same way to you beating the Ender Dragon. I don't know why it takes me so long to say some words, but you know, that's how it be sometimes. So that you've been playing for years. You've been playing since the dawn of time.
Yes. Back in my day when Minecraft was early. No, I'm kidding.
Back in my day when Minecraft was still kind of disliked.
This kind of seems to be like a thing, a game that is made for kids, and then kids enjoy the game, and then kids get made fun of for enjoying the kid game.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a repetitive cycle that I've been seeing. Oh my goodness, I can actually see like what's around now that it's not raining all the time. It's magical.
Yeah.
It's something incredible.
But
yeah, I do see that.
But as much as I hate Fortnite, you kind of have to feel bad for the kids that get bullied for liking Fortnite.
Right, because they're not really doing anything wrong,
Yeah.
per se.
We're just kind of like hating on something that they're enjoying. The game's made for kids.
Yeah.
Right? So we shouldn't hate on the kids for enjoying a kid game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Because...
Like, hate the game, not the player, you know?
Yeah. And I think... Fortnite as well. Fortnite's an interesting topic. And I think we can probably just discuss it now, while we have time anyway.
Get it out of the way.
But what is your kind of history with Fortnite for all of you guys?
Well, I played it like when it came out pretty early, and it was like, you know, something new, something fun. the whole battle royale plus building aspect was pretty cool because there have been other battle royale games at the time, and basically they were all like, I mean, every has a battle royale nowadays, anyways, you know.
Yeah.
And it is a really popular genre now, but like there weren't very many when it first came out. There were some really good ones though, but like this one was free, and it was really cool. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
'cause
Playing
the
it a
other
lot with
one-
my friends, and you get a full squad, and you just goof around doing dumb crap. It's a great time.
It's
Yeah.
true. And
That's
the
how it was for me.
graphics are pretty inoffensive too. Like
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the visual aspect of it, it's not so bad looking overall.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where there's like, I mean, people are getting too competitive about it, and it's just not as fun anymore. Or
Yeah.
Like, I'll
Definitely.
play
I'm
with them
definitely
up.
feeling that.
so try hard that it's like you lose.
It's not
you,
fun anymore.
you get in, you die, you repeat, you get in, you die, and then that one game you win, you're like, I worked so hard for this win, but like, was it really worth it with all the stress that I had in the last games were?
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. That's how I met a lot of my friends was through Fortnite. That's actually sadly how I met my girlfriend, but yeah, my Fortnite GF. But we had after about this third or fourth season, I think that's when everyone's starting to realize that this company doesn't really know what they're doing with this, because that's when they started adding a bunch of random things that were just completely broken, ruining the game.
Yeah, like
I
the
think-
guided missile, right? I remember that.
Guided
being-
missile, yeah, that was it was just turned into this mess, and they didn't. I feel like they were panicking a little bit because our game exploded, and
Yeah.
the lack of weapons. They were afraid that people would get bored and then move on to the next game.
Which at
And
the
it was
time
like-
we had like what, PUBG, right? Was
We had PUBG. Apex was just beginning to become big.
Apex. Wait, Apex was released back in season 4 of Fortnite.
Apex was starting to become a little bit more popular,
Oh wow.
and I feel like Epic Games just kind of had a heart attack there for a second.
They just kind of lost their shit for a bit.
Yeah, I kind of dropped the ball a little bit, and then everyone started moving away, trying other games. But I still have a lot of friends who still play Fortnite, and they're about, as you expect some Fortnite players to be, pretty big sweats and whatnot. Like every time I'm in a voice call with them, I hear them screaming about how they can't find good loot, and that guy's a piece of shit for finding good loot, and that they would have killed them if they had good loot. You know, just kind of the normal toxic behavior.
Yeah.
Wow, so lucky. Yeah, I mean, you hear that with every game. Wow, you're so lucky that your jungler was there. Like,
Yeah, it's that essentially. It's just the ordinary toxic stuff that you hear in every game.
yeah, I think as well. Like that's the kind of stuff that we can't. That people see Fortnite or Fortnite players for and mock it for. You know,
Yeah,
like the actual toxicity like that.
but don't get me wrong. I don't. You can do whatever you want. I don't care what games you play, but like, I mean, sometimes I can get a little bit heated in games, which every player really does. Like, you do one thing stupid one too many times, and you already know you're not supposed to do that, but you do it anyways, just because. Just kind of a force of
The
habit,
Homer
you know?
Simpson meme in my return.
Yeah, in my return.
He's reading the book.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's strange.
I think what Fortnite did was that it, definitely revolutionized the sort of battle royale
Yeah,
concept. I think it didn't expand on what the caveats of PUBG were, which I think the biggest problem with PUBG is that the time to kill in PUBG is so incredibly short. Like,
oh yeah,
you get tapped by one bullet from goodness knows where and you die, you know. And
I've noticed the audio in that game is very frustrating.
yeah, that too.
Like, you never know where you're getting shot from.
Because it's just the range that you can deal with and that the game allows you to work with is just not cohesive, I think, is probably
Yeah, it's definitely infuriating.
a way to put it. So I think what Fortnite did was that it kind of made it more accessible. Like, well, okay, there's a really low time to kill on PUBG, so let's change that by adding this element of being able to completely craft the environment around you. You know.
Yeah. Break
And-
down their cover and all that.
Yeah. And then a fun array of weapons that you could work around instead of having to, have actual gun knowledge. You're just like, oh, shotgun shells are shotgun shells, and
Yeah.
medium ammo is rifle
You don't need
ammo,
9mm bullets to load this gun and whatnot. Yeah.
and all that. Yeah, so it made it much more accessible, I think, is what Fortnite did really well. And then, of course, like you mentioned before, the whole free-to-play aspect made it a lot better. But I think that it falls into the same problems that League of Legends does, being a free-to-play game as well, where you have people who can and will be toxic simply because the option is available to them. Not because they're genuine. Some people are genuinely upset and disturbed, and like they just don't know how to cope with things. But I think that Fortnite, does run into the same problem where people are just like, I'm gonna troll on this account, and it doesn't matter because it's free anyway, and I can make a new Gmail account and sign up again in another week, right? Unless they're IP locked, which I don't think happens very often.
I
But people
would
can probably
think rarely happens.
Yeah.
which because that's like a whole new layer of personal info, which apparently Epic Games has like no regard for. But
Yeah, what was that about? I've heard about that.
I have no idea, man.
Information?
Epic
Wait,
Games.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about now.
So apparently Epic Games, the launcher has a tendency to read data files from your computer without permission.
Accidentally, of course. Accidentally.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
quote unquote accidentally, right? And I don't know how much of that is true or anything, but I've seen
heard
it
they're
around enough to the point where I'm like, it's becoming a consistent enough problem for some people to notice that there's got to be some legitimacy to it. So I've always been kind of wary of that. In that
I'm
way.
always afraid to leave it open.
Yeah, like, and then it's also owned by Tencent, or majority owned by Tencent, which is a Chinese company that owns a lot of stuff in like video games and all that. And not to get incredibly political, but China is very
China number one.
well, yeah, China number one, but also China's like very nosy. I think is probably the best way to put it. With its citizens, and so
really like that, yeah.
I think that because they think that they're number one at the same time, they then choose to apply that to the rest of the world as well, and that's mildly concerning. And so it's not so much that I have a problem with Epic Games; it's more that I have a problem with the people who are behind Epic Games, who, Chinese owners who I know don't have regard for personal information or like any idea of what personal security is, and completely disregard that. Like I don't give away my name. I don't usually. I mean, I have my nickname, but everyone calls me by that anyway. But I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, my full name is so and so, and like tell that to everyone or to like a massive company who could use that against me. I'm not saying that they are guaranteed to, because I know that I'm not the most important person in the world to Epic Games, but at the same time, there's the possibility of like your credit card information, for example, being taken away.
That's
So
what
like,
I've been big on.
Really don't want to mess with that.
Yeah.
I apparently can't put doors on stairs. Son of a bitch.
If you press shift and do it, you should be able to, I think.
If I press shift and do it? Okay, let me
Yeah,
try that.
shift
Let
and
me try that.
click. They have like you can place things on top of others interactables or something like that.
Okay, let's try that then. Shift right click. Nope. That didn't work. That's a bummer. Okay, I'll just fix it. Fix it another way. So yeah, that's like my whole thing with Fortnite. And I personally started playing the game right around its release, I think, and I did play it quite a bit initially, but I think I stopped playing it after a while because I honestly got bored of it. I felt like the game relied too heavily on being like going to one specific place on the map, and so you either had like everyone going to one specific place on the map, like Tilted Towers. I mean, exactly.
I was
Tilted
about
Towers.
to bring that up, Tilted Towers, yeah.
Yeah, which I think completely ruined the game when they came out in like what, season 3. What? Do I have 3? Okay, never mind. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by a couple things, but I think Tilted Towers ruined the game in the sense that like everyone goes to Tilted Towers, and then if you go anywhere else on the map, you're just kind of going to be kind of running around for no reason for several minutes on end. It's not so much that I have a problem with the building mechanic or the players. I just have a problem with how the base game pans out.
Have you seen the new map?
Time.
Like what it looks like now?
I have not actually. No.
It is.
Far
it honestly kind of makes me sad. They have added way too much stuff. I feel like
that sucks.
They've added these tunnels, like these wind tunnels that you can go into and like fly across the map.
Oh.
I don't know about you, but that kind of gets rid of the use of a lot of items. If you can just go up to one of those tunnels and fly across the map, makes the
they make the
map have like a zone that you need to avoid, right? You need to avoid the zone. You gotta it pushes everyone in. Like there's pressure there, but if you get into one of these tunnels, what's the point of the zone if people can just make it across the map? In a blink of an eye.
Right, and like what's the point of the golf carts and
what's the
even like rocket riding, which was a great meme when it first came out.
Yeah, that was an honestly cool mechanic that people do, but now you don't need to. You can just
take the wind tunnels all around,
and fly around. Yeah, it just they made the game too easy and kind of broken.
Yeah,
like. I also stopped playing when they added the stupid plunger item, like a grappling hook.
Oh, yeah.
Because then it defeats the purpose of building, like, kind of like a base, you know? Which I thought was how the game was supposed to be played. Like, build a base, and then...
Oh, you like the plunger grenade?
Like, what?
The plunger grenade thing?
No,
like, there was a grappling hook kind of mechanic that they added.
It, like, suction cup onto a wall. Like, what's the point of trying to outbuild someone? Like, you're building up, you're trying to outbuild someone, and then they just pull that out, and then boom, they have the high ground, and then you're stuck in a position where you just lose.
They have the high ground.
Yeah. It's kind of got annoying after a while, which sucks.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and as well, like, I think one of the things that a lot of people said about the game is like, well, I mean, the biggest thing is getting used to the building, and because it's a different mechanic, and that's like one of the main ways you can get good at the game is by building.
Definitely.
But when you take that element out, and especially the element that made Fortnite so unique in a lot of people's eyes, yeah, you can definitely see how that would be very, very frustrating to work with.
Yeah,
because then you just kind of remove that whole element.
Yeah, and then they also added a bunch of spam guns. I don't know what that was about, but they added a bunch of guns that broke buildings in a blink of an eye.
Oh.
Yeah, like the P90 when it first released, that was ridiculous. Like, it literally shot 2 bullets, or it felt like it'd shoot 2 bullets and the wall was already done. Like, in a half a second, the wall was gone. It was crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
Abused of that power and just there was no point building. At that point, it was just, hey, you have a P90 or not. You need to get a P90 or else you're gonna lose. It's just kind of unfortunate. Well, that's how I felt about that.
It just kind of had like a one item meta or whatever at that point.
Yeah, one item meta. That's what it kind of got to at that point. Which was very unfortunate.
Yeah. Like Ardent Sensor meta in League of Legends.
That was
I hated that. I think we can relate to that. because we play that game more.
We can all agree. Even though I think I was a support main during that time, so I was like living the highest moment. I still can agree with you guys. Like that was just I was just not having fun. That's when like my tank Karma build actually was the most overpowered because I would build Ardent Sensor and you build Ardent Sensor and then you'd build Iceborne Gauntlet. And you just never
That's actually
die.
the meta right now. Like
That's
not
true.
not specifically like Ardent Sensor, but Iceborne Gauntlet, Karma top lane, full cooldown reduction, build tank. It's so bad right now.
Yeah.
Top
and
lane's just
and they're
mess.
buffing Karma next patch too.
It's
So that'll be
such a mess.
It really is.
What
That'll
I've
be interesting to see.
or found is Karma with Kleptomancy.
Oh my
Land that-
goodness.
Yes,
get a lot of-
that is also pretty.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So what changes could Fortnite make to make their game better? Probably stop stealing our information. I don't know. Good start.
That like I think they've added too much stuff. I mean, I know they got to keep the game refreshing and exciting when they keep adding things, but like it gets to a point where there's just too much.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my opinion. But, like,
Just like, all
you
right,
can't just go back.
let's take it. We should take it down a notch. Poor Sam. It's a perpetual story of Sam and his internet. Wait, that's-
It all gets uphill from here. That's what I've been told.
2-2, and then give myself some more fences.
Don't know why this is happening though. Like,
Yeah, I've been having connection issues myself as well. We live in the same city, so I wonder if it's like just something for our city that we're having issues with.
well, not currently. I'm not there.
Oh right. Oh right, you're not.
No,
You're,
it's something at our house. I'm pretty sure. Having it today.
It's your house in the middle of the woods that's giving you problems.
Yeah, at the middle of nowhere, on top of a hill.
Where we would typically have the best satellite reception, but apparently not.
See, we got radio towers. That's what.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
There he goes. Welcome back, Reed. Do you have to be somewhere?
No, not yet. I've not till 6. So
Okay.
I'm fine. But my mom just helped.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Because I was just asking Sam, like, what would he think would help the game, help Fortnite out? Like, if we were thinking positively for Fortnite for once, what?
Go back to season 1 and 2.
There you go.
See, yeah, same thing.
That's a good start.
Just vault all the new weapons and just go back in time.
Yeah, because like the simplicity was better.
It was the simplicity that really made that game fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the simplicity. And especially back in season 1, season 2, no one really knew how to build. Like if you go back
That's true.
to how the pros used to build like back in season 1 and 2 and how fast they were building. They built like someone who just now learned how to play the game like now. Like it's crazy because it's just weird to think about Fortnite as good. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like it just makes me think. It's just weird to think like, man, Fortnite used to actually be a fun game that I could enjoy with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of devolved into something you're either ridiculed for or you're flamed for playing poorly.
Yeah. Well, it's just a mess of mess, you know.
Yeah.
It's just the biggest mess of mess you've ever seen.
Biggest mess you've ever seen.
It's the biggest mess of a mess. Also, I have like 4 stacks of bread if anyone wants bread.
Oh, I could use some bread.
I just
I'm
climb up
almost
my
there.
my mountain.
You already got an auto farm going on? What are you doing?
No, I raided a village and it had like 64
Oh,
hay
you got a
bales just on the
village?
ground. So I was like, oh, that's mine.
Village, bruh.
Yeah, it's like right over the mountain.
On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese. I lost my poor meatball when I decided to sneeze. Actually, that's not how
Is
the
this-
song goes.
Is this place just cursed with rain? Why is it raining all the time?
I think it is. You want me? I can change the weather again.
Well, I mean, I don't really care, but like, it's just been raining this entire time.
Oh, look at that. Huh, that's weird.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's not
Incredible.
raining in the desert. Y'all should come join me.
No.
Okay.
That was like an awkward like silence, and then just
No.
And then shut down.
Yes. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you guys
Oh, I see
I
a
might
little farm down
check
there.
with that in.
Isn't it adorable?
This is a little farm.
Oh, hey, there's a zombie on fire over here.
Oh, that's always.
Yeah, hold tab. You can see my ping right there.
Oh,
Oh,
goodness.
nice.
Nice. You know, you're not even that far. Like, geographically, you're closer to me than Reed is.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
So, about new games coming out.
Yeah.
Do you guys think about isn't it Steampunk, that new game that's coming out?
Cyberpunk, yeah.
Cyberpunk. Are you guys? Do you think people are more excited that that Reeves is in it, or that it's going to be an actual cool game?
I think
What's
that
the
people,
real hype about it?
I think that people were excited about it before they knew Keanu Reeves was in it, but now that Keanu Reeves is in it, I think it's created a lot more false interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that I don't think people aren't excited about it. I just think that, like, following Keanu Reeves' announcement, that a lot more people got excited about it, and it's like, oh, not because they were interested in the game to begin with, but now because it's Keanu Reeves. That's my thoughts.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
What? Huh? Hold up.
You okay?
I lost 3 hearts from nothing. I was standing still. I just lost 3 hearts.
From your ping.
Yeah, my ping is after
You're
me.
missing. You're missing 3 bars. You take 3 hearts.
I actually stole them back from you. I need your 3 hearts.
You
Yeah.
took the hearts. How dare you?
Stole your hearts, man.
Could you imagine if you just rob people's hearts in this game? Just that's
We're
mine
not-
Just
now.
have a life steal in
No.
this game.
Not a good
Life
friend
steal.
level to get hearts, you know?
Mhm.
It's like an enchantment for your sword. Steal hearts.
What was I doing? Oh, I was getting cobblestone.
I do need some
There's like-
food, though.
5-second delay on building. It's cool.
That was a giant cavern there. Apparently, I was wrong. What other new games though? I mean, E3 was recently a thing, I guess.
Yeah, E3 was
a couple
a
of
thing,
weeks
you know.
ago. About a month ago, really now.
I don't really know if I'm looking forward to any games recently or just E3 in general.
I think just E3 in general, because I know that Terraria has their Journey's End update coming out, which I guess is kind of their way of saying, like, hey, we're going to stop developing Terraria and move on to other things. But I'm excited for that, personally, because we haven't had a major update in a few years.
That's fair. I'm really excited for when at the end of the Nintendo E3 section, when they dropped Breath of the Wild 2,
Ooh,
I don't think
yeah.
I've been more excited for a game in a long time. Like
Oh,
that
wow.
got me hyped, like, because that was directly after beating Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
They dropped that on me, and I don't think my heart was prepared. Like I just was not mentally prepared for that drop.
ready.
Yeah, like dropped a huge nuke on me.
Oh, man.
Oh my. Yeah. How do I...
What else is there? I mean, they announced Banjo Kazooie to Smash. I mean, that's pretty dope.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I gotta say, I've played Banjo-Kazooie, like the original games
Mhm.
on was that was GameCube or something?
Yeah.
I thought
yeah,
it was
I
on
think
the
it is.
Nintendo 64. Was it on the GameCube?
They may have.
Oh, no, it was, yeah, it was Nintendo 64. There was one.
Oh.
Like I had played through those games so many times, and those are like classic, forever in my heart. You know.
Yeah.
I'm bringing like an army of monsters to your house, by the way, Kai.
I saw them and I'm running away.
Yeah, I'm running. I'm like running right behind you.
Hello.
I came to deliver bread.
Thank you.
Have bread.
The Breadman's in town.
Ooh, mini zombie.
Ah! All right,
You
have
wanna
fun.
You want to stop by my
God.
place and like, share some wealth?
It's raining again.
I'm gonna die
Oh,
again.
hey.
Yeah, I can't. That one's kind of my bad, but
Kind of just brought an entire army.
yeah, I just kind of brought like 30 mobs at you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
No problem.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Watching your back.
Oh God, I'm gonna die.
Just looking out for you. Don't worry. I'm improving your skills.
Get back, get me back. Oh, I barely got back inside. That's a feels good, man.
Feels good, man. Clap. I need cobblestone.
Slam
I'll give
that
people
door.
bread for cobblestone.
I got some cobble. Wait, do I? Wait. No.
For each piece of cobblestone, you get a piece of bread.
The
I'm
one bread to
done.
one cobblestone.
Yeah.
What is the Settlers of Catan? No, get out of here. I don't like that trade. Oh,
Yeah, like 3
I'm
brick
done.
for 1 wool, and you're like, get the hell out of here.
yeah, exactly.
Or 3
I'm gonna
wheat.
monopolizing the wood. That's what I got.
Yeah.
I just need to find a cave. Honestly.
Well,
Oh, hey, a cave. Oh, no, that's a ravine. That is definitely not a cave. That is death.
I think I'm gonna end the podcast bit here, I guess. Then, or just kind of rambling a little bit about games and stuff. It was kind of it was a good old time. It was a good discussion.
This is rambling damn.
Ramble damble, a good old ramble dazzle. We'll definitely improve our commentary over time. You know, as time goes by.
Oh, yeah.
And also to the hard Minecraft fans, I'm so sorry. I wish I had the right color of dye, but I don't. Anyway, so thank you all so much for coming by to listen to 3 people who just waste their time on the internet. Talk about video games for a little while.
That's actually very accurate.
It's very accurate, exactly, man. Half past eventually is the procrastinators up in here. But we do plan to, I think, next time to actually just kind of talk about Minecraft and all kinds of things on our next episode. But until then, we will see you all later. Have a good week. Bye-bye.